Draw me a sheep. A strange little boy from the stars is insisting. Please, draw me a sheep. Stranded in the middle of a vast desert, a confused narrator, interrupted in the business of repairing his aircraft, explains that he is no artist. That doesn't matter. Please, draw me a sheep. Several attempts later, unable to produce an acceptable representation to the otherworldly youth, the narrator finally gives up all attempts at detail in a moment of clarity. Here is a box, he says. The sheep you want is inside. Reality will be imperfect. Questions will be undefined. Motivations will be inscrutable, and the future uncertain. Genuine understanding, therefore, must draw from beyond the confines of our normal frames of reference. This is the philosophical setting with which Antoine de Saint-Exupéry chose to begin an attempt at carving meaning from the chaos of life. Perhaps this is why his beloved allegorical novella, The Little Prince, continues to strike a chord almost 75 years after its author disappeared over the Mediterranean Sea in the dying months of World War II. But where is it precisely that a writer begins to resonate with a reader, and how exactly does that process of engagement begin? Hans Robert Jost used these very questions to define a new area of literary theory when he proposed that the audience for any given representation accepts the essential premises of its creator by gradually filling in a horizon of expectation. This horizon forms the basis of the connection between artist and interpretation through the interplay between the reader's beliefs and the revelations of the author. According to the theorist Gérard Genette, the shape of our reading experience can begin to form as a first contact with what he called the paratext, which can foreshadow the intended narrative structure through any number of seemingly inconsequential structures. The title of the book, its typesetting, its font, its size, and even its binding can contribute to specifying a framework of anticipation for the reader. With these concepts in mind, I have selected my thesis, a stylistic analysis of one of the most resonant pieces of literature the world has ever known, in the hope of expanding current literary theory of the mechanical means by which authors use subtle details to shape the mindset of their audience. My first chapter seeks to unpack how the continuity of the cover art, the dedication, and the illustrations of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry's final and most famous creation, carefully positioned over dozens of revisions, act as a paratext, cultivating an atmosphere of childlike wonder to lend persuasive power to these themes of empathy and discovery. Thank you.